Hi everyone, it's Chantal again. So in my last video, we spoke about responsibility and accountability for your thoughts, and I said I would do an example to relate more in more detail about that. So this one is quite a hard pill to swallow. Um, for example, let's take a child that went to school or varsity and failed a test. So now let's unpack what happened in the day leading up to them failing their test. Firstly, they got up late to get to school or varsity. And then, while they were trying to get ready, they were trying to have their breakfast before they rushing to have their breakfast before they get to class to write this test. And the child dropped coffee all over their uniform, all over their clothes, and they now needed to change, adding to them additionally being late. So they eventually get to school, but by that time the child is already full of anxiousness and irritation and a whole lot of negative emotions, and he goes into school. But before he goes to class to write his test, he goes into another class, and that lecturer or teacher gives him his previous test, and he got a D or she got a D on it, and that even added fueled more anxiety for them. And let's assume the child is not a good test taker. They don't perform well under tests in the first place. And that just fueled the anxiety to another level. And in any case, they eventually get to write their test, and they end up failing it. Now, if you think about everything that happened, I mean, the child was late, there was so much anxiousness, and there was the coffee being spilled on them, then getting the bad results on the previous test. So it's understandable if the child failed, right? But the truth is that the child just didn't know how to direct the emotions and their thought and their emotions to get a better outcome, to get a better reaction to it, because no one teaches anyone that. If that child perceived it in a different way or thought about it in a different way, um, he might not or she might not have felt as anxious and maybe been a bit more focused in that. Um, and let's use another example. For example, you are upset with your boss for not giving you a raise. So you decide, oh, well, I'm going to start slacking off at work. I'm going to do the bare minimum. And that results in you getting fired from the job. You need to take responsibility for that, because no one got you fired. It was your decision, your thought of being angry at your boss, your thought that you are going to slack off from work, the emotions that you felt based on not getting a raise and being angry and feeling a bit vengeful, that led up to your ultimately being fired from your job. It was your thought, your actions that led to that outcome. And that's a hard pill to swallow. You need to feel that responsibility for what you think and what you do, and what results from or stems from those reactions that you have. If we can start viewing things in a different way, perhaps the boss didn't give you the raise. Maybe there was no money in the budget as much as you think that there is. Maybe he felt like there was more you needed to do, or you don't achieve all your KPIs or your key points in your jobs that you need to do, even though you maybe feel like it. And instead of trying to look within, taking the responsibility and saying, okay, maybe he didn't give me a raise because ABC, I don't actually put in the effort, I've made mistakes on capturing, or try to understand the reason behind it, try to perceive it in a different light, try to see it from the other person's point. Instead of getting angry first, try to say, like, I literally, when I am feeling in a bit of that state, I will stop and I will think to myself, okay, deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's try and think about what or the reason why I'm feeling like this, and try and take it from a different person's perspective and see, okay, my boss didn't give me a raise. Why? or even approach a person and ask, okay, can I understand why, and what is it that I can do to improve my work to get it? After you've done that, then you might have a bit of a reason for being a bit angry. But every time you're angry, that just holds you back and creates a limiting belief, a limiting feeling. You feel more anger than you're feeling happiness, when you can change that by yourself, because you're in control of your thought. And that's what we need to look at, and we need to start doing things like becoming more aware of it and learning how to change it. But thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything you'd like to discuss or you think I should raise on this platform. And you can catch me at version 2.0 Be the Best You on both YouTube and TikTok. And I really appreciate all the likes, the shares, and the views. And I hope I can continue to give you content that's going to inspire you and start making the changes to be the best you. I hope you have a fantastic week ahead. And I love you guys so much, and thank you for everything. Love you. See you soon. Bye.